Greetings, all ghosts, ghouls, and other monsters. Yes, that time of year is near. We're talking about Halloween. It is important that everyone who wishes to participate in Halloween can, and also has a fun time participating. Here are some tips and tricks on how you can make Halloween more accessible and welcoming to disabled trick-or-treaters. This is a video of a grey and white cat in a cardboard haunted house. Some people may not be able to eat chocolates and lollies for many reasons. Some people might have food allergies, while others also have trouble with chewing and swallowing food. You can still give treats to these trick-or-treaters that are not food-related items. There are all kinds of little Halloween trinkets you can get online, like toy bats or rubber bouncy eyeballs. Many stores that sell these trinkets also provide online shopping. This is a picture of some non-food items you can give trick-or-treaters. There is a plastic skeleton, plastic skull, plastic bat, a Hot Wheels toy car, an eyeball badge, and a spider ring. You can also print out some Halloween colouring ins. This is a colouring of a grey and white cat sitting on a pumpkin. The cat is wearing a witch's hat. If you're feeling creative, maybe you can make little toys like I have here. This is a photo of 3 little toys that have been made out of felt. 2 are bats and the other is a jack-o'-lantern with bat wings. There are many awesome patterns online. The teal pumpkin is a symbol that is used to indicate to trick-or-treaters that you have non-food items available. You can register your house online as a house with non-food items available on the Teal Pumpkin Project website. You can also paint a pumpkin teal to tell trick-or-treaters that you have non-food items available, or even print out a picture of a teal pumpkin like this and display it in front of your house. This is a sign that has a picture of a teal pumpkin on it. There is text on it that says, "Non-food treats available here. Brought to you by Fair Teal Pumpkin Project." There is also a picture of various people in various Halloween costumes on the sign. I sometimes hear stories about people telling some trick-or-treaters that are too old to trick-or-treat. But I think trick-or-treating should be for all ages. There are many adults and teenagers who may want to trick-or-treat, and that is okay, especially when Halloween wasn't really much of a thing here in Australia, when many of today's adults were children. I didn't even know what Halloween was until I was 5 years old. I think it's best to give treats to trick-or-treaters of all ages. Sometimes people may also trick-or-treat without wearing a costume, and there may be many reasons why they can't wear a costume. They may be autistic and not like the feeling of certain fabrics. I'm autistic and never really liked dressing up as a child, and to this day I still can't hutch or wear a wig. The cost of living also may be another factor why people don't wear costumes. I think every trick-or-treater who's wearing a costume or not should receive a treat if treats are available. Maybe if the trick-or-treater doesn't feel comfortable wearing a costume, maybe they could carry something to show people they trick-or-treat, like a toy or artwork. This is a picture of a black and orange Furby. A Furby is a fluffy toy that is a bit like an owl. The Furby is wearing a pair of ghost earrings, a headband with jack-o'-lantern on it, a dress. The top part of the dress is orange and has a jack-o'-lantern face on it, and the bottom part of the dress is black. I remember one year a boy came to my door with his pet snake. It was pretty cool. My rule is that anyone who comes into my front yard on the evening of the 31st of October will be given a treat, for as long as the treats last. I've also heard stories where people deny trick-or-treaters treats because they don't say trick-or-treat. The truth is, some people can't talk because of a disability, and that's okay. There are alternative forms of communication such as signing, using a device to communicate, writing, and gesturing. Alternative forms of communication are just as valid as speaking. Sometimes trick-or-treaters might be shy and have social anxiety, so they may not feel comfortable speaking to a stranger. I think people should give treats to people whether or not they say trick-or-treat. Some trick-or-treaters may be autistic and may find some noisy and flashy Halloween decorations very overwhelming. I'd recommend that you set up a quiet time for about half an hour during the evening where all the noisy and flashy decorations are turned off. You can make signs where you tell people about the quiet time so they know when to come back and trick or treat. You can also mention the quiet time in your local Facebook group. I think doing this will help make trick-or-treating a lot more easier for autistic trick-or-treaters and people with light and sound sensitivities. Some trick-or-treaters may be deaf or hard of hearing. I'd recommend learning some Halloween Auslan signs so you can communicate with them. It might also help to put a porch light on so they can see you clearly when you sign. I'll share some links to Auslan videos that I find helpful in the comments, so you can check them out. You can also write notes that they can read, or type notes on your phone. This is a picture of a note that says Happy Halloween. There is a ghost decoration with a plank coming out of its head near the note and a felt toy on the bottom of the note. The felt toy is a jack-o'-lantern with bat's wings. Also, it might help to remove your mask if you're wearing one, so they can read your lips clearly. As for blind trick-or-treaters or trick-or-treaters with low vision, I'd recommend leaving your porch light on, as that may help them to see a bit, as most blind people still have little vision, and it may help them to have more light. Also recommend leaving a clear path from your front gate to your front door, preferably straight. This will help them get to your front door safely. This is a picture of a white woman who is wearing a witch costume. She's in front of a house that has a footpath that is clear to her front door. You can tell them what lollies you have available and they can tell you what they want. And you can also allow them to touch the Halloween decorations, and you can describe the decorations to them. It's also important, if you have a trick-or-treater with a service dog, not to talk to or pet the dog. The dog is busy working and shouldn't be distracted. They may be needed to keep the person they are serving safe. This is a photo of a Halloween decoration featuring a ghost walking a ghost dog. If you want, you can ask a person if they want you to give their dog a bowl of water. Sometimes it helps to allow the dog to drink and perhaps even relieve themselves. As for wheelchair users, it's best to do what you can to create a wheelchair accessible path in front of your house. I make sure my gate is always wide open by pinning it back with a brick. If you have stairs that lead up to your front door, you can set up a table with treats at the bottom of the stairs so wheelchair users can get to them. This is a picture of a grey Furby who is sitting in a wheelchair. The Furby has a witch's hat on his head. It is in front of a cardboard haunted house. There's a small table also near the house. On the table is a jack-o'-lantern wearing a witch's hat and a basket. Also, you can do what you can to ensure as many decorations as possible are visible from downstairs so people can see them. If you think a person needs help, you should ask first. If they say no, then respect that they don't need help and don't help them. But if they say yes, then ask how is the best to help them. If you're unsure, then help them the way they want. I think it's important to be open-minded and kind, as there are so many different kinds of disabilities out there. We shouldn't judge people for using the tools and strategies they need while trick-or-treating. In this photo, the grey Furby, who is a wheelchair user, is back in front of the cardboard haunted house with the table and things on the table in front of it. This time there is a grey and white cat in the cardboard haunted house. The cat is using her paw to reach for the small basket. The Furby says, "Can you please get that basket for me?" The cat says, "Sure." I hope this video helps everyone have a wonderful Halloween. If you have any questions about Halloween accessibility, please don't be afraid to ask them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe.